Silver himself has chimed in and addressed the situation directly, saying Kathy Engelbert has presided over historic growth in the league, but there's no question that there's issues that we need to address with our players, not just economic. There's relationship issues as well. I'm confident we can fix those over time, and this league can continue to be on the rocket trajectory that it's on.
Now, it looks like Adam Silver just walked straight into a storm he didn't see coming. The NBA's top boss is catching serious heat after trying to clear things up about the WNBA. And instead, he might have confirmed every rumor people have been whispering all season. The big question flying around right now, are they faking the ratings? Nobody knows for sure, but the internet is going wild. Silver probably thought he was just being the calm, reasonable executive, giving a neat little interview about the WNBA's future. But what came out of his mouth had fans, players, and analysts spinning out instantly. His words didn't just spark debate. They set off a full-on firestorm that's got players side-eyeing their own league office and fans wondering who's really running the show. Because let's be real, behind the scenes, things have been shaky for a while. Players frustrated, coaches confused, fans furious, and now the man at the very top just poured gasoline on an already burning situation. The backlash hit social media faster than a fast break, and within minutes, clips of his interview were everywhere. You could practically feel the tension boiling through the screen. Here's the wild part. Adam Silver didn't even mean to start this mess. He was trying to sound measured, diplomatic, like the adult in the room who could calm everyone down. But instead, his safe comments only made things worse. People weren't buying the corporate tone. They wanted accountability, and instead got another round of PR double talk. And the internet didn't hold back. The memes, the clips, the reactions, it was chaos. That NBC interview that was supposed to fix everything, it ended up making Silver look like he had no clue how deep this drama really runs. Let's hit rewind for a sec, because to really get how wild this got, you gotta know what actually happened.
Silver has found himself in some serious hot water over the management of the WNBA, and is they faking ratings? I don't know, but
Adam Silver sat down thinking it'd be one of those clean, corporate-style interviews. You know, the type filled with buzzwords like growth trajectory, strong leadership, and synergy. All that empty talk that sounds professional but says absolutely nothing. But the second he brought up Caitlin Clark and the current state of the WNBA, boom, things went downhill fast. He didn't just step on a landmine, he danced on it. Silver claimed the league's biggest problems weren't about money or marketing, but about relationships. And at first, that sounded innocent enough, like he was just saying people need to communicate better. Then people realized what he'd actually said. He just told the world that the WNBA's real issue is internal chaos. Translation: the people running the league and the players themselves can't even stand each other. And he didn't say this behind closed doors. He said it live on national television. Fans were stunned, players were tight-lipped, and executives were scrambling to clean it up. And here's where the madness really kicks in. This didn't happen in isolation. The finals are happening right now, and Nafisa Collier just lit up Kathy Engelbert on live TV for those out-of-touch comments about Caitlin Clark needing to be grateful for endorsement deals. Players are talking strike energy, threatening to sit out next season if real changes don't happen. Clark's name keeps getting tossed into every single argument, even when she's not on the court. And right in the middle of this storm, Adam Silver walks in sounding like a clueless parent trying to calm a house that's already on fire. He really didn't even realize what he'd done. Adam Silver probably thought he was doing the right thing, that by addressing the tension, he'd show fans and players that leadership cares and is listening. But instead, he ended up proving exactly what every WNBA player's been saying for months, that the NBA treats the women's game like some side hustle they barely understand or respect.
For Adam, since we're a brother-sister league, to go to some of the CBA negotiations, sit in the room, hear what the women have to say, hear some of their concerns, and let's go from there. Let's build something.
I'm here to tell you that NBA leadership is very much abreast on what's happening in these CBA negotiations. She's not the only decision maker who is denying some.
And the timing could.
Let's actually unpack his comments, because the deeper you go, the worse it gets. Silver tried to throw Kathy Engelbert a compliment, saying she's overseen historic growth for the WNBA. Sounds impressive, right? But then, in the very next sentence, he admits there's a massive disconnect between leadership and the players. Like, pick a lane, Adam. Is this a success story or a slow-motion train wreck? Because let's be honest, what we've been watching this season doesn't look like healthy progress. It looks like an explosion waiting to happen. The league isn't growing. It's cracking under the weight of its own pressure. Players are frustrated, coaches are calling out inconsistencies, and fans are straight up tired of being gaslit with fake optimism. It's less historic rise, more historic meltdown. Just look at everything that's happened. Nafisa Collier dragging the commissioner on live TV for disrespecting Caitlin Clark, players openly threatening a lockout if contract talks don't change, and fans everywhere raging about biased officiating and favoritism. That's not growth. That's a full-blown crisis unfolding in real time. And the worst part? Silver made it sound like he doesn't even trust Cathy Engelbert anymore. He called the situation unfortunate, and anyone who speaks fluent corporate knows what that really means. Billionaire code for, this is an absolute disaster, but we're pretending it's fine. But he didn't stop there. Oh no, he doubled down. Silver claimed the WNBA's problems were personal, which is just a fancy way of saying the people running this league can't even stand to be in the same room. And then came the moment that sent social media into a frenzy, the part that turned a bad interview into a viral firestorm. Adam Silver started talking about ratings and viewership. That's when everything truly exploded. Adam Silver straight up claimed the WNBA was in a rocket ship moment. Like everything's perfect, the league's booming, and fans can't get enough. He said it with confidence too, as if we were all supposed to just clap and believe it. But then, boom, the same week, reports started dropping that those shiny, record-breaking finals ratings might not be so real after all. Some even called them creatively adjusted, and others didn't hold back, labeling them straight up manipulated. People who actually understand how TV metrics work started digging, and what they found was wild. Nielsen, the company responsible for tracking viewership, suddenly changed the way it counts out-of-home viewing. That means bars, hotel lobbies, airports, gyms, basically any random screen showing the game, now counts as a viewer. And guess what? This just happened to be added for the first time ever during the 2025 WNBA season. So, yeah, sure, the numbers look bigger. But here's the million-dollar question.
Interesting was the amount of players that came to the defense of Fee and the crickets that came to the defense of Cathy for me.
I mean, this is an important part. Like, this is an important time with the CBA negotiations. Like, the players, when you look at leagues around the world, like, it is about caring for your athletes, caring for the players. And that's just not the feelings right now. And I think everyone is kind of just, they rallied around Fee because, one, that was a powerful statement to make. And obviously it puts pressure on Cathy and put pressure on the leadership. But I mean, it was a lot. It was a heavy hitter.
Did more real fans actually tune in? Or did the league just move the goalposts to make it look that way? Because to anyone paying attention, it's looking a whole lot like someone decided to pad the stats instead of facing the truth. Fans online saw right through it, and they didn't hold back. One viral comment read, "These ratings look faker than the Aces' foul calls," which had people howling because it's kind of true. Another top comment said, "They're cooking the stats just to downplay Caitlin's impact and act like the league doesn't depend on her." Brutal, but again, not wrong. And honestly, that's the part that really made Silver's whole rocket trajectory speech blow up in his face. Because here's the cold truth. Without Caitlin Clark, none of this historic growth even exists. No sold-out arenas, no national headlines, no viral moments, nothing. She's the one who put this league on her back from day one and turned every arena into must-see TV. So when the commissioner starts bragging about ratings that only look good because of her, and then tries to act like it's some collective success, people aren't buying it. They know exactly who made those numbers real. Caitlin Clark dominated ESPN headlines for months. She pulled in millions of new fans who had never watched a single WNBA game before. She's the reason people even know who Cathy Engelbert is. Let's be honest, Caitlin made this league relevant. And now that she's injured and sitting out, the league's suddenly acting like they don't need her anymore, like her impact was just hype that's already fading. That right there is what lit everyone up, because it's pure disrespect mixed with straight-up denial.
A lot of more money than we're ever going to make here, what it seems like in other leagues. So it's very personal. People have families. This is our job. We make more money in China, Russia, Turkey than here. So it is very personal, and I don't think why it shouldn't become personal.
Silver tried to sound like the calm, reasonable executive, the guy balancing both sides, acknowledging growth and progress. But the more he spoke, the worse it got. He started dropping words like collective bargaining, relationship development, and communication gaps. All that corporate nonsense that doesn't actually mean anything. And to fans, it came off like he was covering for Cathy Engelbert's failures while quietly brushing off Caitlin Clark's real value to the league's survival. And of course, once the internet caught wind of that, it was over. Adam Silver regrets started trending on Twitter within hours. People were roasting him for acting like the WNBA was some charity side project he only pays attention to when there's a PR fire to put out. Others pointed out the obvious, that he's protecting Engelbert because if she crashes and burns, it reflects directly on him too. Let's not forget, Cathy Engelbert reports directly to Adam Silver. He's her boss. So when your boss has to step in front of cameras on national TV to defend your job, that's not a good look. That's a panic move. It screams damage control. And the fact that he even felt the need to say something publicly tells you all you need to know. Things inside the league are way worse than they're letting on. Sophie Cunningham dropped a bomb when she straight up said players aren't showing up next season unless they finally get what they deserve. Fair pay, real respect, and better working conditions. She didn't mince words either. That's a major warning shot at the league. Because if these CBA negotiations go sideways, or if the league keeps brushing off players' voices, the WNBA could be looking at no 2026 season at all. And every bit of that chaos points right back to one thing: the disaster at the top. Cathy Engelbert? Nowhere to be found. She only pops up to make comments that somehow make every situation worse. Adam Silver? Out here giving interviews that sound more like riddles than leadership. And the players. They're airing their frustrations on podcasts and Instagram stories instead of boardrooms. It's like the league's turned into a high school group chat instead of a professional organization, and fans are noticing.
The amount of players that came to the defense of Fee and the crickets that came to the defense of Cathy for me. Adam Silver is Cathy's boss, and he is the commissioner of the NBA. I signed a deal with Amazon to broadcast for Amazon. I got a text from Adam Silver saying congratulations. I had my third child. I got a text from Adam Silver about my third child. Now, whether this is Adam or his assistant, somebody from the league office is reaching out to me. I got a baby gift for my third child. I get a Christmas gift from Adam Silver every year. I retired. Adam Silver sent me a text message that basically...
The comparisons between how Adam Silver treats NBA players versus WNBA players have gone viral. And honestly, it's embarrassing. Candace Parker herself told the truth on her own podcast. She revealed that when she retired, when she signed her TNT deal, even when she had her baby, Adam Silver personally texted her. He sent gifts, congratulations, and made her feel valued. But you know who didn't say a single word through any of those milestones? Cathy Engelbert, the WNBA's own commissioner. Candace said it bluntly, no sugarcoating. I get more love and personal attention from Adam Silver than I do from my own commissioner. That one line broke WNBA Twitter in half. Fans couldn't believe it. But deep down, everyone knew it was true, because that right there is the core problem. This isn't just about contracts, money, or TV ratings. It's about respect. Players don't feel valued. They don't feel supported. And they definitely don't feel like they have any real voice in the league they built. And until that changes, all this growth talk is nothing but noise, because no sport can thrive when the people playing it feel invisible. Players just want to feel like league leadership actually cares about them as human beings, not just as walking stats or PR tools. But instead of closing that gap, Adam Silver's comments made it way more obvious. He meant to sound calm, professional, and reassuring, like he was smoothing things over. But by admitting there were relationship issues, he basically shouted to the world that the WNBA is falling apart from the inside. He said the quiet part out loud on national TV. He basically confirmed that the players don't trust the league office, and the league office has no clue how to connect with its own stars. That's not something you can spin into a good headline, especially not when your biggest name, Caitlin Clark, is stuck right in the middle of this circus. And then, just when you thought this couldn't get worse, here comes the cherry on top of this disaster Sunday. People are starting to question if the WNBA's historic growth numbers are actually real, or if they've been inflated to keep investors smiling. Because let's be real.
Congratulated me on my career and how much I've done for the women's game, and he looked forward to how much I'm going to do from the sideline. I have not heard from Cathy. I saw Cathy in Phoenix after I had been retired for 4 months at Phoenix All-Star Game. and she said congratulations in person. And that was the only time. And so you've heard other players, Sabrina Ionescu alluded to this, I have a better relationship with Adam Silver than I do Kathy. My 2 jersey retirements, there was no Kathy.
Yeah.
So I think that Adam Silver understands the process. I don't know if he understood that Kathy was not.
This is the same league that claims it can't afford better referees, refuses to mic up players for fan engagement, and somehow, magically, posts record-breaking viewership right after changing how those numbers are counted. Yeah, sure, that totally adds up. Even sports media analysts are calling it out. One expert said it perfectly. The WNBA's problem isn't popularity. It's leadership pretending that popularity fixes everything. That line hit hard because it's the truth. You can't patch up locker room tension with fake numbers. You can't hide bad officiating behind shiny data, and you definitely can't fix broken leadership with another round of empty statements. And poor Caitlin Clark, she didn't ask for any of this chaos. She just wanted to play basketball, compete at the highest level, and bring fans together. But now she's been shoved right into the middle of the biggest internal meltdown this league has ever had. And thanks to Adam Silver's little PR moment, that meltdown just went from bad to explosive. Let's keep it real. Adam Silver isn't some villain hiding behind a fancy title. He's not an evil mastermind trying to tear down women's basketball. In fact, he's one of the most respected commissioners in all of sports. But even the most respected leaders can mess up big time when they step into a situation this messy. And this time, his words blew up faster than he ever expected. Because now fans aren't just mad, they're demanding action. If the NBA truly runs the WNBA and controls the money, then people want Silver to fix it, not just talk about it. No more smooth interviews, no more "we're working on it" speeches. Fans are saying, step in and clean this up, or stop pretending everything's fine. You can't brag about historic growth and rocket trajectory when your players are publicly calling your commissioner a ghost who doesn't even show up for them. Even Candace Parker, one of the most respected voices in the entire game, said it straight. I've heard more from Adam Silver about my own career milestones than I ever have from Kathy Engelbert. That's not just disappointing. That's flat out humiliating for the league. When one of your greatest players ever says that out loud, it tells the world exactly how disconnected leadership really is. And it's gotten so bad that whispers are already spreading. Kathy Engelbert's job might actually be hanging by a thread. People inside and outside the league are starting to wonder if she'll even make it to next season. And honestly, if Adam Silver wants to protect both his reputation and the league's future, he might have to make a move before the next tip-off. Because fans are done giving grace, and players have reached their breaking point. Every single time someone from the league office speaks up, things somehow spiral even further. What should have been a calm PR moment turned into a full-blown crisis. Silver probably thought he was offering a careful diplomatic answer about communication and team culture. But instead he walked right into a firestorm that's not cooling down anytime soon. And that's the thing. He completely underestimated how loud, loyal, and protective Caitlin Clark's fan base really is. They're not backing down. And this controversy, it's only getting bigger. And here's where everything hits the breaking point. Because the more you look at it, the clearer it gets that this isn't just a PR issue anymore. This is a full-blown identity crisis for the WNBA. Fans don't know who to trust. Players don't know who to believe. And leadership doesn't even seem to know how to talk to their own people anymore. Every interview turns into damage control. Every statement feels like a cover-up, and every silence from Kathy Engelbert just makes things worse. Adam Silver's honest moment was supposed to cool the fire. Instead, it poured gasoline on it. Now, every social feed is flooded with fans saying the same thing. We love women's basketball, but the people in charge are ruining it. That's a brutal message to see trending under your league's name. And the irony? This should have been the WNBA's greatest season ever. Record attention, star power, viral moments, packed arenas. Instead, it's turned into a drama series no one asked for, but everyone can't stop watching. Even sponsors are starting to notice the chaos. A few major partners have already begun quietly asking questions behind the scenes. What's going on with leadership? Is the product stable? That's the kind of talk that keeps executives awake at night. Because if those sponsors start pulling back, it's not just bad optics, it's millions lost. And when money starts moving, you know real panic's about to set in. Meanwhile, players are still out there giving everything, competing, grinding, and trying to represent the game with pride. But they're doing it with frustration bubbling under the surface because they know the system isn't built to protect them. It's built to protect the image of the people in charge. And Caitlin Clark, through no fault of her own, has become the lightning rod for all of it. Every headline, every debate, every whisper somehow circles back to her. And that pressure is unreal. Fans can feel it too. They're rallying behind her not just because she's talented, but because she symbolizes the truth. The hardworking player who's doing it the right way, while leadership keeps tripping over its own mistakes. It's like everyone's watching the same story unfold, a league that has the talent, the passion, and the audience, but is being held back by its own confusion. And now, Adam Silver's caught in the crossfire. He wanted to show leadership, but instead, he exposed weakness. The WNBA's at a crossroads. Either fix the cracks now, or watch everything collapse under the weight of its own potential. Because one thing's for sure, the fans aren't blind anymore and they're done staying quiet. Because fans aren't stupid. They see right through the corporate talk and the sugar-coated answers. They can spot fake support from a mile away, and they're not letting anyone downplay or disrespect Caitlin Clark ever again. The moment someone even hints at minimizing her impact, social media explodes like wildfire. One wrong sentence and boom, the whole internet's on fire within minutes. Right now, Adam Silver's feeling that heat for real. Every clip, every quote, every reaction post is dragging his words under a microscope. And no matter how much PR cleanup happens after, the fans already made up their minds. They're riding for Caitlin, and they're not backing off. This isn't just about one player anymore. It's about accountability, respect, and who truly cares about growing this game the right way. And you can bet the story's far from over. The next few weeks could change everything for the WNBA, and you already know we'll be right here breaking it all down piece by piece. If you made it this far, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about Adam Silver's mess? See you on the next one.